Okay, I got some feedback from my last video about America is unaffordable and you should leave. And this is part 2. I'm not talking about giving up, right? They always say, oh, you're giving up. I'm not giving up. All right? If you want to stay and fight, you can stay and fight. But even if you win, right? Even if you win, the costs of living in this country are not going down. They're going up. Let's say we win against Trump. We get him kicked out of office. Let's say we get the Democratic majority in the House and the Senate, and Supreme Court, we can't do anything about that. Let's say that happens. Do you really think the cost of houses are going to go down without a market crash? A recession? No. Is the cost of food going to go down without a recession? Which is bad. I mean, when I say recession, I'm not saying like, oh, this is a good thing. Let's have a recession and then all the prices go on. In a recession, a lot of people lose their jobs. And when they lose their jobs, they lose their house, they lose their apartment, they lose their car because they can't pay the bills. That's not a good solution. So, this is what I'm saying. Even if we get the presidency, the House, the Senate, and everything back, why would prices come down? The government does not control the prices. Now, sure, they could repeal all the tariffs. That's take a little time, but yeah. But that is not the cost that all we have. Like steel, and that will take time. Now, we have destroyed our relationships with Mexico and Canada and China and Europe. Basically everyone. We have no relationships with any countries that don't hate us anymore. We can have, talks to reestablish something. That's going to take time. How much time do you have? Well, me, I'm retired. I have maybe 15, 20 years. I'm hoping I have 20 years left. Because that would put me in the 80s. I hope I have. So, if you're in your 40s, add 20 years to reestablish all these trade relationships and all these broken promises and trying to get NATO and everything, back. It's not going to happen. It's going to take a lot of time. Then now to come back, oh, good, the orange Cheetos back are gone. So here's what, let's just pick up where we left off. No, they have the advantage now because we destroyed our relationships. They made new relationships, and we're going to have to give them a really, really good deal, which is not going to be good for us, right? Not going to be good for us. Because to get them back, we're going to say, oh, we're going to, give you the deal of the century. Canada is talking about joining the EU. The EU, European Union, they are no longer going to be our allies. They're going to be European Union allies. They will be trading in euros, not Canadian dollars anymore. It's going to be a whole different relationship. We can't talk to Canada anymore because now we're going to be talking to the European Union. Yeah, Trump fucked that up for us. Mexico, they are creating a new union of Latin states, right? Brazil is one of the bigger ones. Argentina, Chile, Peru, Colombia, right? And other smaller states. They are going to band together like a European Union, a Latin Union against the United States now. We fucked that up. So when I say that we can, try to get things back, we can. But it's going to be decades of repairing the damage that the orange Cheeto felon, fraudster, rapist did to us. If we can ever get him back, we don't even know. Maybe they just say, fuck you, and we've got our own trade relationships now. And maybe even with China. That's why I say, if you're whatever age, I don't care how old you are, 20, 30s, 40s, 50s, you may not have the time to get all of this back. It may be time to abandon ship. And I don't say this lightly. I don't. But it's realistic. How long do you think it will take for us to get things back when all our allies have been abandoning us and creating new relationships with other countries that don't involve us anymore? Right? I mean, how many years? A decade? Do you have a decade to just sit around with these high houses costs, your high food costs, your high energy costs, all this shit, waiting for, them to make a new deal. And why would they make a new deal? We screwed them over. We screwed them over. We screwed up Canada, Mexico, China, the Europeans. We screwed up Ukraine. Why would they even think about coming back? We are the pariah of countries to deal with now. That's why I say, find a country that you can live in, and it's going to be a better fucking country than we have. I can guarantee it. That will take you, because a lot of countries will stop taking Americans. I'm serious. They will stop taking Americans because it's like, we don't want these idiots that elected this orange Cheeto back in our country. We want smart people, not idiots. So that's my follow-up on why people don't understand why I say, leave the freaking country now. Or stay. I mean, the Titanic is sinking. Stand on the, Titanic and watch it sink. Leave me comments. I mean, I want to talk about this because I am seriously thinking about abandoning ship myself. I have a house in Mexico. Right? We go here and there, back and forth. I'm seriously thinking about just leaving the U.S. because this is a sinking ship. And when I look forward, right? I say, well, is it going to be 4 years, 5 years, 10 years, 20 years? I only have so many years left. I can't wait for freaking ever for the country to fix itself. If it ever will. As long as we have these MAGA idiots, Nazi fascists in this country. So, let me know what you think. Talk to you tomorrow.